What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video we have to talk about two different collaboration things. Firstly, we'll be talking about a Samurai Jack collaboration that will be releasing in tonight's item shop reset, as well as the newsfeed key art image for the collaboration, so you get a little bit of a heads up of what the collab skin's going to look like in Fortnite, once it officially releases tonight. Now, if you've been keeping up with everything Epic Games has been doing, in terms of like the This Week in Fortnite's item shop videos, then you already have a glimpse of what this skin looks like, but I thought I'll just include it in today's video. And then we'll also be talking about a brand new collaboration that will be releasing in August, of which we already have the release date for the item shop, and who the collaboration is going to be relating to. So without further ado, let's start off today's YouTube video by popping up the official image of Fortnite x Samurai Jack from Adult Swim on screen right now. As you can see, he has a pretty nice aesthetic view when it comes to how he looks in Fortnite. However, at the exact same time, it's kind of odd to me to see this. And I know that might sound weird to say out loud, right? But I feel some people might also agree with this with me, because when it comes to Samurai Jack, it's something where we've seen the media of him, we've seen him in terms of like movies and shows and cartoons, all that type of stuff, and we've even seen him in video games such as Fusion Fall, if anyone remembers that game, and even a delisted Samurai Jack game that actually existed on Steam by Adult Swim as well, that eventually got taken down. I think it was because of some like rights issues with some music or something in there. I'm not really for sure, but it is one of those things where we've seen him before in video games and shows and all the different types of media. However, seeing him in Fortnite just feels weird to me. I don't know, it's not out of the ordinary to see him in video games. Of course, as I've mentioned, two examples, he's been in games before, but it just feels weird to see this type of collaboration coming over to Fortnite. Then again, at the same time, this is the same game that has Rick and Morty, it has Dave the Diver, what we're wearing on this video right here, it has anime collaborations, it has collaborations with gacha games, it has like every collab under the sun humanly possible in the weirdest mashup possible. So even though we're getting this in the item shop tonight and it's cool to see the bundle, I am still kind of taken aback by the collaboration, I guess you would say. In terms of collaborations and in terms of gacha, the next collab we have to talk about in today's YouTube videos is Arknights Endfield, which is going to actually be having a collaboration releasing August 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I know in the image it says 5 p.m. Pacific Time, but the reason I changed it to Eastern Time is because that's the time zone we typically use on this channel. Sometimes I see some non-Eastern time zones for videos and stuff, but as far as we are aware, this will be releasing in the item shop the night of August 14th, or if the shop resets right when it hits midnight for you, it'll be releasing the morning of August 15th. Now, it is interesting to see how Epic Games handles these type of gaming collaborations, because unlike stuff with like movie collabs where they go ahead and just have it leaked early or whatever else, or it ends up in the files or they announce it the same updated releases, for all the little gaming collabs we've had recently, Epic Games has like announced it beforehand, right? For example, Crimson Desert got announced beforehand, stuff like Dave the Diver got announced beforehand, stuff like what other collaborations? Well, Arknights Endfield's got announced beforehand. Or did I say that right? Hold on. All right, I don't know why I thought I said Arkfield Endnights. I don't know. Maybe I said that and messed up the description or whatever, but that got announced beforehand, and they seem to do that with a lot of gaming collabs, and especially when it comes to like icon series skins. Most of the time, they're not in the files. However, with stuff like, Typical Gamer, that was already in the files before it even got announced, and surprisingly, no one actually ended up leaking it early because his set name, the Typical Gamer set, was there, viewable from the day the update came out, and from what I saw, at least nobody, myself included, actually decided to post about that, which is a pretty cool thing to see. But it seems to be most of the time now, whenever it comes to content creators and video game collabs, they actually announce it before it's ever even put into the game files. However, when it comes to those movie collaborations, as I mentioned before, it doesn't even get announced beforehand. It's just something that pops up, gets leaked early or whatever else. Sometimes the leaks that are early are intentional. I feel like Epic Games doesn't encrypt some of the files on purpose in order to make it so they get leaked out, and other times I feel like it's a mistake that it actually ends up getting leaked out and all that type of stuff. But I want to know in the comments down below, and the reason why I'm rambling on about that is I want to know how you guys feel about these type of collaborations, and how you feel about how Epic Games treats, the gaming side of collabs compared to like the movie side or the content creator side of collabs, because it feels like, they give extra special care to the gaming side than they are to the actual movie side or content creator side sometimes, and maybe that's because they want to go ahead and make sure they have the best relationship possible in order to go ahead and have, the Epic Games Store with more and more benefits that actually actually help them get more players to purchase things on the Epic Store, or maybe it's just because, you know, they have different departments working on this side compared to the other side. But I definitely thought it was a weird oddity I would go ahead and bring up in today's video while we're talking about all this other stuff as well. But with that said, hope you champs and champets are excited to get your hands on the brand new Arknight Endfields collaboration. Endfields, ugh, I keep messing up the wording. But the Arknight collaboration, or even the Samurai Jack collaboration once it releases in the item shop tonight. If you plan on picking anything up, consider using code FireMonkey to support me in the item shop, hashtag ad, epic partner, all that good stuff. And I hope you're all enjoying the sprite grind. Luckily, I've managed to obtain every single sprite that's already released, so I don't have to worry about any of them until we get like gym sprites or whatever. But I think I'll have a video going up tomorrow talking about the Hollow Foil Power Hour. That'll be happening tomorrow as well for anyone out there trying to grab the 5 or 6 Hollow Foil sprites that are actually released. Until next time, however, I'll catch you champs and champets a little bit later with another upload. So until then, peace out.